I'm Emmanuel, and welcome to my playthrough. Let's continue with this game. We have a goblin cutter that is attacking our hero. So our hero, he's going to do an attack and a move. We like this at-will power twinkle with the stance that protects him from 1 damage. I forgot completely in my first episode that you make an additional attack during your hero phase. So I could have attacked the water elemental twice and the hypnotic spirit twice as well. Let's not forget it this time. So let's go ahead and do the twinkle. We have a 14 right there. Just barely make it. 14 plus 6 is a 20. We put the stance on here and this goblin is gone. Let's put the experience point right over here. We are now at 4 experience, and Drizzt has a move. And don't forget, he also gets a second attack with his special ability. So he'll just move over to this square over here. Let's reveal the next tile. And we have a white square tile. Let's move this. I'm trying to adjust these tiles based on the direction I'm going. So let's move these tiles like this to make more room over here. This is a narrow passage, and what monster is in this narrow passage? In this narrow passage, we have a goblin archer. The goblin has an armor class of 12 and 1 hit point. If the goblin archer is adjacent to a hero, it cowers in fear and does nothing. If the goblin archer is within 2 tiles of a hero, it attacks the closest hero with a barbed arrow. Otherwise, the goblin archer moves 1 tile towards the hero with the fewest hit points remaining. He does a +7 attack and does 2 damage, and on a miss does 1 damage. So let's get this guy before he hurts Drizzt too much. And here is what the character looks like. The way that this game goes, 2 tiles, even if it's around corners, they get to shoot. I guess what happens is, for example, if the archer was on the tile that would be here, he would be 2 tiles away, so he can still shoot him. My guess is he runs forward, shoots, and runs back. That's how this game isn't too founded on realistic scenarios in terms of combat, but let's get right to it. And the goblin archer activates, and it has a +7 attack. 10 plus 7 is 17, so he hits doing 2 damage. We unfortunately cannot use the stance. It does say you can remove the stance token when an adjacent monster hits your character. An adjacent monster does not hit the character, so he takes the full 2 damage, going from 6 to 4. All right, it's Drizzt's turn. What's he going to do? This time, what he's going to do is he's going to use his utility power, Dancing Serpent. Use at the start of your hero phase and place your stance token on this card. While your stance token is on this card, whenever you use an attack power, you can move your hero up to 2 squares before or after the attack. So we're going to remove it off of here, and he's going to be using his Icing Death. And before the attack, he's going to be moving 2 spaces over here. And now he is adjacent to the archer, so he's going to do his attack. He rolls a 14. 14 plus 6 is a 20, and the goblin archer is defeated. I forgot that after Goblin Cutter, after defeating him, I never drew a treasure card this episode. So let's go ahead and draw. This is for the Goblin Cutter, and this is a cat's eye headband. This circlet grants the ability to see in the dark. This item remains in play, and while the item is in play, your hero gains +2 attack rolls against monsters that are not on his or her tile. He doesn't have ranged attacks, but it is what it is. Let me put it off to the side over here, shift things over a bit. And now the treasure card for defeating the archer is this one, a heavy cloak. You wrap yourself up in a voluminous cloak, deflecting an attack. Use when your hero is targeted by an attack that targets more than 1 hero. The attack misses your hero, discard after use. This will be handy. Because the cat's eye headband won't be so handy, let me put that next, like right on top of it right here. So we did an attack. We still have a second attack, but we haven't moved yet. So let's go ahead and move him over here to the edge. He has a movement of 7, and we will explore. It is a dead end. Look at this. Dead end. Looks like we'll have to be going back this way. Let's see what monster shows up on this tile. We have a Drow Duelist. So far, all of the cards have been different. The Drow Duelist has an armor class of 16 and 1 hit point. If the Drow Duelist is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks twice with a pair of slashing blades. Each attack can be against any hero adjacent to the Duelist. Otherwise, the Drow Duelist moves 1 tile towards the closest hero. He's worth 2 experience. It is a +9 attack and does 1 damage. Let's get the Duelist. This is what he looks like. Very long swords. He's over here and he activates. He is within 1 tile of a hero, so he moves adjacent to the hero and does 2 +9 attacks. So let's move him right next to him over here, and let's do the +9 attack. First attack, 10 +9, hits Drizzt for 1 damage. Second attack, 12 +9, hits him for 2 damage. We are in trouble. We are in trouble. We're down to 2 hit points. Now it is Drizzt's turn. The question that I'm asking myself is, should he run away? Well, he's going to move 1 space because he's using the Dancing Serpent ability. So when his stance is there, he can move 1 space. So let's move him over to this space over here. And he does get to attack twice. So let's go for it. He needs to hit an armor class 16. He's going to do it. The first is a 2. He misses. That was using Icing Death. And I think I'm going to use Twinkle on the next one, which will put, it's a +6 attack, but it'll put the stance here, preventing 1 damage just in case he misses. It's a +6 attack. Let's see what we get. Natural 20. He does defeat the Duelist. The Duelist is gone. We are going to get a treasure card, and the Duelist goes into the experience pile. Let's look at the treasure card, and then we're going to upgrade Drizzt to level 2. So what does he get? He gets a potion of healing, very timely. This glass vial contains a thin liquid that tastes like honey. During your hero phase, your hero or 1 adjacent hero regains 2 hit points. So we are still during his hero phase. He still has a move left over. So we are going to be using this right away to heal 2. Like so. And we're going to be spending 5 experience to level him up. So let's use this 2, let's use this 2, and let's use this 1 over here. Now, mind you, whatever I'm returning here goes back in the discard pile. Let's see here. My gosh, I really didn't like this Duelist with a +9 attack. So you know what? Let's keep this in the pile to avoid the Duelist coming out again. And let's put the, we'll have to put everybody else. That's 2, 3, 4, 5 experience. That goes into the discard pile off camera over here. And now Drizzt is level 2. And for level 2, it says, when you level up, increase your HP by 2. So he gets 2 additional HPs. So let's go here. He goes from 4 to 6. So let's grab a 5 over here. He's got 6 hit points over here. Your armor class increases by 1 to 17 and your surge value by 1 to a 5, and select an additional Ranger daily power. Critical hit, when your attack rolls a natural 20, you also deal +1 damage. So let's go get another daily power. And the recommended daily power, being that it is a card that is in less than 101, it's between 1 and 100, is this one, Twin Strike. Flip this card after use. It is a one-time use. Drizzt's 2 scimitars flash. Attack 1 adjacent monster, then attack 1 adjacent monster. And let's keep going. He still has a movement, so his movement is 7. So let's get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He ends his movement right here on this tile. And we go straight to the exploration phase, but there is nothing to explore, so we go straight to the villain phase. So we get an encounter card. Here we go. Here is the encounter card. And what do we get? Spell Web, event attack. A snare of webs lulls foes. Attack each hero on your hero's tile. It's a +8 attack and it immobilizes you. Discard after playing. So let's roll the die. 19. That definitely hits. And Drizzt is immobilized. You cannot move. Discard this condition at the end of your hero phase. So now we're starting the next hero phase. The next hero phase, Drizzt can't move. So we go right to another encounter. At the end of his hero phase, he is no longer immobilized. That goes away. And we get a new encounter. And what do we get? Another curse. Mark of Lolth. The Spider Queen desires nothing but your death. Your hero is cursed. Place this card on your hero as a reminder, and each hero with at least one curse, including yours, takes 1 damage. He is cursed. He takes 1 damage, and he goes back to 5 hit points. Let's do the next round. So he gets to move first. Moves to the edge over here. Exploration phase. We take the next tile. What do we get? We get a corner. At least it's going in the right direction. What is the monster on this tile? We get Dinendoerden, a Drider, Vermin, Drow Vermin. Armor class 16, 3 hit points. If Dineen is within 2 tiles of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks the hero with a sword. After the attack, pass this card to the player on your right. That part is irrelevant to this game. Otherwise, Dineen moves 2 tiles towards the hero with the most hit points remaining. After the move, pass this card to the player on your right. It's a +8 attack that does 2 damage, and he is worth 4 experience. Let's put him over here. Let's go get him. Here he is. He's a big bad. A Drider. Imagine a centaur who is half man, half a horse. This is a Drider who is half drow elf, half spider. And he is right here. I'm gonna put him right adjacent to Drizzt. And so he gets to attack. He was within 2 tiles of the hero. It moves adjacent to the hero and attacks them with a sword. It's a +8 attack, doing 2 damage. Let's not forget that Drizzt is leveled up, so he has an armor class of 17 now. Whoops, the die fell out. Let's see what we get. 13. 13 plus 8 is 21. Drizzt takes 2 damage. However, a monster adjacent to Drizzt is attacking him, so we're going to remove the token off of this card to reduce damage by 1. He is now down to 4 hit points. Now it's Drizzt's turn. Let's go for it. Drizzt is going to be using the Lone Drow. Move your hero up to his speed and then attack 1 adjacent monster with a +6 attack, doing 3 damage with a guaranteed minimum of 1. So he's going to move around the spider here, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the edge of this tile, and he's going to be attacking the Drider with a +6 attack, doing up to 3 damage. 11 plus 6 is 17. He hits. The Drider is dead. And that was worth it. So this one gets flipped over like that. And the Drider is dead. That goes into the experience. We now have 6 experience total. We get a treasure card. Let us see what we got. Item, Cure Potion. This heavy flask is filled with a dark liquid and tastes like a fine elven wine. During your hero phase, your hero or an adjacent hero regains 1 hit point and ends 1 condition on them. Let's keep this in case we have a condition. We continue his turn. He did an attack. He used an ability. He did it. He still has a move left, but we're going to end the turn on the edge. So let's go and get the next tile. We get a narrow passage. Oh boy, it looks like we might have another dead end over here, but let's go see what's on this tile. We have a monster. It's a white triangle, so there's no event. And we have a Drow Wizard. Armor class of 16, 2 hit points. The Drow Wizard teleports to the tile with the most heroes, then attacks each hero on the tile with a blast of fire. He does a 2 damage with a minimum of 1, and he does +8. He does +8 to hit and is worth 3 experience. Let's put him over here and get the wizard. This is what it looks like. Really cool. And he goes right here. Drizzt is low on hit points. We're going to use the Cloud of Darkness. Use when a monster within 1 tile of your hero, which is the case, would activate. That monster does not activate during this villain phase. And so we're going to flip this over. We're going to flip this over, and the Drow Wizard does not activate. So let's go immediately to Drizzt's hero phase. So first thing we're going to do is use at the beginning of your hero phase, place your stance token on this card, and this allows him to move up to 2 spaces before he attacks. So he's going to move 1 space forward to be on the same tile as the wizard, and he is going to be attacking twice with his Icing Death. That does 1 damage. If he rolls 18 or higher on the die, he will do 2 damage. So let's go see. Natural 20. That is not only does he do roll 18 or higher to do +1 damage, but he does a critical hit that does another +1 damage. He does 3 damage to the Drow Wizard, and the Drow Wizard is gone. Here is another treasure card. Drow Wizard goes away. And we still have a move. Let's finish the move. He's going to finish his move right on this corner over here. Let's see what treasure he got. Fortune, follow through. As one opponent drops, your attack carries through to the next. Play immediately. Deal 1 damage to 1 monster on the hero's tile. No monster. This card is burned. All right, and I'm back. And I realized I made a little bit of a mistake, because I just realized that these narrow passages, this one here, and that one there, have text on it that says heroes, and monsters on this have a -4 to their armor class. So I recognized the mistake that I made. It's too late to take it back. So let's go to the next square. Drizzt is not moving. He is going to explore that space, and that, I believe, is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9th tile. This will be the tile we are looking for. And here it is, the Underground River. It has a white triangle, so no encounter. Let me see if there's any special rules in the book for when this tile is revealed. It says here, when you reveal the Underdark River tile, read, the sound of running water is a welcome respite from the silence of the caves. After days of traveling through the dark, you see the soft glow of sunlight ahead. Only a few monsters stand between you and your freedom. And over here we have instructions. We're over special adventure rules. When you reveal the Underground River tile, your hero has found the way out of the Underdark. Place the surface hollow next to the tile, next to the closest unexplored edge of the Underground River tile. Then draw 2 monster cards and place the corresponding monster figures on the surface hollow tile, 1 on each mushroom patch. To escape to the surface, your hero must end on any of the 4 squares over here. Now, the bad thing is, let me adjust the board. He sees light at the end of the tunnel, but the closest edge is this edge here or that edge over there. So first of all, without further ado, we still have to have a monster on this tile. So that monster is going to be a Drow Duelist. Right there. Next, we have the surface hollow tile. These are the 4 spaces he has to go on. And let's see here. Let me rearrange this so that this fits. I think what I'm going to do, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. It's the same distance. So let me bring this all the way down here. There we go. So we have to reach there, and we have to put 2 more monster tiles. I'll put the monster monsters here. So the next one is a hunting drake. First time we see one of these. Hunting drake, reptile tactics. Armor class 14, hit points 1. If the hunting drake is within one tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks that hero with a rending bite, which is a +8 bite that does 1 damage. Otherwise, the hunting drake moves 2 tiles towards the hero with the fewest hit points remaining. And here is the drake. We'll put him on the first space over here. And the second monster will be a stalagmite. Do not place a monster. We have a little bit of a lucky break. So we have a drow duelist in the hunting drake. And the characters, Drizzt's actions are done. He only has 4 hit points left. So let's go. The monsters activate. If the drow duelist is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks twice with a pair of slashing blades. So he's gonna move right here. We're gonna do it to our advantage. And he's gonna stay on the underground river with the reminder that Drizzt has a -4 to armor class. Temporarily here, the drake also has a -4 to armor class, so I'll put that over there so that we're reminded of that. I'm not going to make the mistake I made with this tile and this tile early on. And let's get right to it. So let's go. The drow has a +9 on his attack. Let's roll that die. 2. 2 + 9 is 11. The first attack is a miss. Second attack, 6. 6 + 9 is 14. 14 is not enough. We have lucked out. The next monster to activate is the hunting drake. He is not adjacent, so the otherwise applies. The hunting drake moves 2 tiles towards the hero with the fewest hit points. Of course, that is our hero. So 1 tile, 2 tiles. I always move the creatures when they move from tile to tile onto the mushroom patches. So let's put this -4 away because he's no longer in a narrow path. So Drizzt is beginning this turn. He does have this stance. He can move up to 2 squares before attacking. You know what? Let's use the cure potion right now and heal 1 hit point while we can. It says to use during your hero phase and discard after use. We'll need all of the help we can get. Okay, let's move this one over here so we can see them. And let's see what he can do. Yeah, let's run away. Let's run away. So Drizzt gets to move twice. Because he's moving twice, he can't do an additional attack. That's what I'm going to rule it as, because you have to attack once to be able to do an additional attack. So away he runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. His movement is 7. And then another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He moves all the way there. And I'll remove this token over here. We did not explore a tile, so we get an encounter, remembering that we do have enough experience to avoid the encounter. So let's see what we get. We get event attack, a Baruchi colony. A careless step causes a massive fungus to expel a cloud of poisonous spores. Attack each hero on your hero's tile. It's a +11 attack and you are poisoned. You know what? Let's spend the 5 experience to get rid of that. And that'll be these 2 cards. That's 5 experience. We have 4 experience left just to avoid that card. And now the monsters activate. The first monster being the duelist. For the otherwise, the duelist moves 1 tile towards the closest hero. So the duelist moves here. And the drake, it is within a tile, so it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks with a rending bite. So over here he goes, and he has a +8 on this attack. Let's see, 12 + 8 is 20. That is enough to hit Drizzt. So Drizzt takes 1 point of damage. All right, let's start the next round. We might as well finish this with a nice fight. So Drizzt is going to go here and do the icing death attack against the drake. 10 + 6 is 16. The drake has an armor class of 14. The drake is defeated. We get a treasure card. Intimidating strike. You wave your weapon menacingly at your foe. Play immediately. Move 1 monster 1 tile in any direction. Okay, I'll grab this guy and move him back, because all the way back, he saw over here diagonally Drizzt killing off the Drake there, and he got intimidated and ran away. And he's got a move left, so he gets to move 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He is on the stairs and ends his hero phase. And the rules of the scenario say, to escape the surface, your hero must end on your hero phase on any of the four middle squares at the far end of the surface hollow tile as shown here, which are these blue squares. And we have done it. Drizzt has escaped the Underdark, and we have won the scenario. That was an awesome short playthrough. What I'm going to do is, I enjoyed myself so much, I am going to do another playthrough with the scenario 2 with some different characters. This time it'll be a 2-character game. So stay tuned for that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, click on my logo here to subscribe. And here is a video that might be of interest to you, as well as a playlist of other playthroughs on my channel. Until next time, thanks for watching.